Hey everybody, it's Pastor Caleb. Hope you're doing well. Got a quick Bible review for you. I'm excited about this. This was the very first premium Bible that I ever purchased. It's the Heirloom single column legacy Bible from Crossway. So stick around, hit subscribe, and drop a comment. So about 3 years ago, I needed a new Bible. I was tired of Bibles falling apart. I had the Bible that I normally preach from rebound and just needed a new Bible. The pages were starting to get ripped and fall apart. So wanted to find a Bible that would last, that I could preach through the rest of my life, and was told about evangelicalbible.com, was told that that's where I needed to go to get a high quality Bible that would not fall apart. Saw on there Crossway, Allen, Schuyler. Had never heard of Allen, had never heard of Schuyler. The only thing that I'd heard of was Crossway. So I wanted something that I could have to preach through, that I could pass down to my kids as an heirloom. And all of a sudden what popped up was the Heirloom single column legacy Bible, and was like, oh, that must be the one for me. Had no clue what I was doing, so I purchased it, got it. It came in this amazing box. It caught my eye. I was like, oh wow, this is exactly what I was looking for. And when you opened the box, the Bible was wrapped in this amazing felt cloth. And I was like, oh wow, Crossway has gone above and beyond to make this a special heirloom. And then when you got the Bible out, man, the goatskin leather just feels amazing. It's very soft. You can see the grain extremely well. And then when I opened the Bible up, I noticed that it was single column. I'd never had a single column before. I'd always had double column. So it took a little while to get used to. And then when I got into this Bible, especially when it is not in a poetic setting, it's paragraph form, and to preach from, this was extremely hard for me to do. The paper on here to me was extremely thin, and I felt like that I was going to rip the paper. I'll show you where I started taking notes in this Bible, and this was before I'd learned anything about Pigma Micron 005. So I was using a Pilot G2 pen, was having to write on the page and let it sit for a long time before the ink would actually dry. And the ghosting with that pen on this paper turned out to be extremely bad. And you can see the ghosting where I used that Pilot G2 pen on this paper. Preaching from this Bible was extremely difficult. The paragraph form, I was getting lost. The verse numbers in the actual text are very small when you're trying to preach and find where you're at. I would get lost quite a bit preaching with this Bible. Something about this Bible that I did like was that it has 4 ribbons. But as some others have said in their videos with the Crossway editions, the Crossway ribbons are just flat out terrible. They're small, they're thin, and they just look terrible. So this Bible is perimeter stitched on the spine. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 raised hubs. It has the Crossway logo, English Standard Version, the ESV logo, and Holy Bible. It is red under gold, but I would say this is more of a salmon red. It is an edge-line Bible. It has a gold gilt line. The corner work is very non-existent, but you can see that it is perimeter stitched. Now this Bible I'm going to be giving to my daughter. And one thing that I really do not like about this Bible is the presentation page. These presentation pages are on a glossy paper, and as you can tell right here, it's smeared, and now it just doesn't look as nice. I wish this was on a nice Bible paper where it wouldn't have smeared. So I filled out all the family history for her. You get to your publication page. This is printed and bound in the Netherlands by Royal Youngblood. It's a 2016 text. You have your contents page, your preface, and then we get to Genesis. I did like that in the margins it did have room for notes, and I have written in this, I've written notes for her that will help her in life, just some encouraging things as I was going through this Bible, preaching, using it, studying in it, just some things that would be meaningful to her in life. You have your weights and measures, you have a concordance. It's a 2-column concordance. The font is extremely small in the concordance. The words are in bold. It does have Bible maps. These are on a glossy cardstock paper. They're terrible. For Heirloom edition, these should have been on Bible paper. There's no line paper. In the back of the Bible, you have a couple pieces of cardstock, ISBN number, edge line again, goat skin. These are the ribbons on this Bible. They are extremely short. They're extremely thin. They're not cut at an angle. Honestly, they're almost non-existent in the Bible. They're so small. They're terrible. You can see that grain on the goatskin cover. The cover is extremely nice. I really like the leather that they've used. You can see that grain extremely well on here.